Talofa family friends, Pula Vinaka, Ma Lo Lele. What else get?
Kia ora.
Kiorana, Kiorana, Maruru. Hey family, we kick off this year 2025 the Gets Done podcast. I got my brother here, my younger brother, Paina Mikaele. Whatever you're doing right now, pause, hold, stop. You don't want to miss this episode right here. We get to uplift and heal a lot of people on this journey. And also subscribe, like, share, so you don't miss any great episodes. I wanted to kick off this year with the right person, and this my younger brother, Paina. We have a very close relationship, but also we're going to hear a little bit about him, and then we're going to continue on the journey. Well, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you.
This is where we get to reset, rebuild, and reconnect with everything that we do here. Well, man, I'll let you introduce yourself to the millions of people out there. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast, bro. And,
Yes.
yes, I am Paina. I was raised on this side of Laie, but now I am a West Side boy.
What's that?
Down in Kapolei. But yeah,
Thank you, man. Welcome.
good to be here, and yeah, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year. Well, we're gonna get right into it. I was raised by my grandparents. We're gonna get right into and kind of clear up everything and bring everything why we are here today. You know, we're both from Samoa. I came from Samoa when I was about 7 with my parents, Funga Laulu and Talave Laulu. So I was raised on this side of the family, of the Laulu side. And Paina didn't come to Hawaii. When did you come to Hawaii?
I came when I was young. I was about 5 years old.
5.
Yeah.
Do you know what year? Remember the year?
Ooh, we're doing the math.
Yeah.
Yeah, was I 5? I think it was like 93, man.
93. But yeah,
Was I
you
five then?
were young.
Yeah, I was
You were
young.
young.
93.
Well, our journey from Samoa, well, first me, I came with my grandparents, with my parents. As a lot of us Polynesian people, a lot of us get raised by our grandparents and get adopted. So that was my situation. So I grew up in Hawaii. I came first, and I had Paina, my brother Tony, and my sister Ave. They were still in Samoa, you know. And coming here was tough. I had older siblings already here, and that was the outlet for us to get away from Samoa is the college, the university. And a lot of our siblings were here, so that was the transition coming here. But how was it growing up in Samoa? Do you remember anything?
To be honest, I really don't remember much growing up in Samoa. I know a few people.
Yeah,
I remember areas, but I mainly remember a lot of the lessons I've learned, like the sasa. No, but I remember some of the, growing up as a young kid. I vividly remember, Christmas time making toys out of coconut trees.
Hmm.
Those are the things that I still remember, but I don't remember much more than that unless people bring up, stories and
Yeah.
Samoa. Um,
And I think same with myself. I don't remember much. I just remember, yeah, I don't remember my friends or anything, but I remember my home, the yard. We had this huge yard, and we had like, was it a cricket field?
yeah,
We had
there's
like a cricket field in
yeah.
front of our yard.
See that I remember too. And I remember that, and now that people tell me about it, is where
Yeah.
the church is at now, the chapel, and so yeah, I have that picture of where we lived. But other than that, then
So that's what I remember too. Our house is like on a hill. That's what I picture. And I remember like a faleo'o, those little things. But all the other, like going to school, I don't remember that, going to school or having friends like that. But that was our journey, my journey coming from Samoa, and I think a lot of us too. That's why we wanted to bring everybody to the islands, because it's tough. It was, as our family, our parents shared, it was tough, living in Samoa. So, but coming here now,
And plus, I think we were also the last ones out of our family.
you're right.
We were the last ones there, and my grandfather, Funga, we miss him dearly. But he wanted all of us to be here.
Yeah,
So the mom that came earlier, then we were the last of the family in Samoa.
yeah.
Were coming over.
And that's so right, because our mom and these guys were the last one coming back, because she was the oldest of the family, our mother, right?
Yeah,
So she was like this is the stories I heard, like she's like the caretaker or the protector of the village, the home. So what stories? Because we'll get into it, because we just celebrated our mom's 1 year celebration of life, the headstone and all that, and man, it came by so fast, man. But that was the story we heard. Our mom had to stay back. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, growing up, we always knew that mom was being the oldest in the Polynesian families.
Mm.
Being the oldest, sorry,
Very good.
was always the one to take care.
Mm.
And I know mom grew up taking care of her parents, her siblings, and our mother never really told us much of the stories. All she told us was that
Yeah.
that she never got an opportunity um,
Mm.
to go to school because her main responsibility was to take care of the family and mama and papa.
Yeah.
I love my mom for that.
Yeah. And that is the stories we heard too. Like in any Polynesian family, I feel, well, ours, the oldest, she pretty much took on the whole load of everything, and taking care of the family, feeding everybody, sending all the kids, all her older siblings out to school, right? So this story I heard, she had to stay home, work, farm. She's a hard worker. So all the younger siblings can come out to the States, and everybody was already here. I think all my older sisters and brothers were already here. So she had to stay back and continue on to take care of the family. So my dad or Papa, when I came here with them, they started working to save money, because I heard this story. Papa didn't want anybody back in Samoa because everybody was here. So that's why that was the journey back here, to have everybody here. So these guys came, okay? It was in my what I was told is I was adopted to my parents, and I respect them very well. Also, I did not know my mom, and that was one of the most difficult things growing up. I was always told that was my sister, and I never understood why. So in my mind growing up, I always thought, okay, that's my sister, because that was the stories told to me. And these are my nephews, Paina, Tony, and Talave. So I was confused, yeah? I was confused. And it was almost like a hush hush stuff you couldn't talk about. And what was killing me, what was hurting me, because nobody wanted to really speak on it. And this is the first time we ever speaking about this, because I know a lot of kids had been adopted are going through the same thing. To help break out of that shell, we get to not be sneaky, not hide because you don't know what that kid is going through or that the son or daughter was going through because out of fear, we don't say anything. And out of respect and protection, that's what we're trying to do. So I grew up with my grandparents, with my parents. So growing up, I never really had a good relationship with you guys. How did you feel about that?
You know,
Because this is a sensitive subject we're talking about, and we get
yeah,
to really open up and share. So, stay with us.
it's especially coming from Samoa, bro. You know, I remember my mom telling us, well, who we are, and then with you and Henry, you
Yeah,
know, it's it's one of those sensitive topics where we wanted to be around you
mm,
guys, but feel like we couldn't. You know, there's a barrier there, and especially out in the community and open, and we're walking around because we had our aunties, our cousins we grew up with that were already calling you guys uncle, and we knew that we had to play that role as
mm,
nephews
yeah,
because you guys were our uncles, and as much as we wanted to get a more closer relationship, at a young age, it was difficult.
yeah,
'Cause I felt for me is that we couldn't get that relationship yet because it was not out there that we were,
yeah,
brothers, And my mom always told us, to always, love your brother, is your brother.
yeah,
But it wasn't known within our
yeah.
families.
So when these guys came from Samoa, that's when I slowly realized that, man, I can never forget this moment when they came and I was videoing everybody, and I say, "Oh, this is who? These are all my sisters." And then I heard somebody say, "Oye, lay Lord, tama." Like he don't know. So I heard that, "Oye, lay Lord," you know. So that was my mom speaking, saying, "Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know I'm the mom," and that stuck with me the whole time. And back then, he really didn't know how to feel. I didn't know. I didn't know how to feel. Like what hurts, what is stress, what is trauma. And I think that was a lot of that growing up. So as we go on, I knew that was my mom. I knew this was my brothers and sisters. But what was I felt the same way. Like I did not know how to act around you guys. You know? I did not know how to act around my mom, around my brothers. It was almost like we're hiding and saying and doing stuff with each other. Yeah? Did you ever feel
Yeah,
that? But if our older siblings are around or our other family members, then we pull back just to protect both sides so there's no argument and stuff. But I I remember one time we went to BYU. I don't know if you remember this. I took you and Tony. We went to the game room with my friends, and they got to meet you guys. And I remember saying this, "Oh, these are my nephews." I think I was senior or something, and that didn't feel right. It was one of those things I wish I've never said. Do you remember that?
yeah,
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Wow.
And it's we hung a lot, with you and your friends,
Yeah.
and a lot of the boys, like I remember that because from then on, the boys say, "Yo, where's your uncle?" Oh, yeah, and you had a lot of friends growing up. You just had a
Yeah.
lot of friends, and some of the boys, and they see us, hey, what's up, nephew? Where your uncle stay? But
Mm.
I remember that you introducing us as your nephews, but we were still young too then, and so we just had to for me we just went along with it.
Had to play that
Yeah,
role.
we went along with
Had
it.
to play that role. Yeah.
And so because that's who we are, and
Yeah.
we I feel like we had no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just that's our relationship, and that
Yeah.
we were the nephews.
And I know I that is something, and bro, I like to apologize for that. You know that is something I never did. As much as it was painful at that time until now, even though I think about it now, it still feels so wrong. And I hope someone else doesn't have to go through this, because I was trying to protect one side of the family. I had to play that same role too, you know, and I didn't know when to love on you guys. I didn't know when to call mom, mom. I didn't know when to love on her, you know, or do things with you guys because I wanted a relationship with you guys because there's almost like a little wall there, like, no, you only can go this far with them, you only can stay around them this much. You felt that too?
Yeah. Even when I got older, and I still remember an experience I had with my cousins I grew up with. My cousin Spartacus.
Yeah.
Spartacus was our best friend growing up, and my cousins. And this is recent after high school. I was still uncomfortable, trying to tell everybody who you were.
Mm.
But Spot, I think we were all gathered around some friends, and because a lot of our cousins, they called you uncle,
Yeah.
and something that Spot told everybody, he kind of explained to everybody. And he said, Feely is an uncle to us because he's raising my mom, but he is Paina and Tony's brother.
Mm.
It was because of that 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 moment right there when he stood up for me and he
Yeah.
told everybody, the relationships is from then that I realized, hey, I'll tell everybody that same story,
Yeah.
you know. And it was because of my cousin's spot that made me feel, hey, it's okay to tell that story.
Yeah.
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 And this is after high school,
Yeah.
and when they came down to visit, and when everybody was around, even with my other cousins, and 'cause
Mm.
everybody knew you as uncle.
Yeah.
And then for me, I kind of went play that card too. I
Yeah.
part of that. No, but you know, Spot told everybody that story. He's uncle to us here, but
Yeah.
he's brother to Painan. So
And that's so true. And I thank you Spot for being real with that because a lot of my cousins, because I grew up on the Laulu side, a lot of my cousins do call me uncle. I feel like just because I was raised by their parents, with their parents, so it's just like a respect thing. But I know they're doing it for their own protection too. That's how I feel. You right? But They know the story of who we are, and it's okay now. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody gotta just relax and be real. Don't put kids. Don't tie kids or take them away from who they are, because you don't know what you were doing. Like, it was killing me. It was killing my siblings, but I didn't know how to. We didn't know how to talk to each other. There was a time I remember my sister. My sister took it hard too. Getting from my older sisters them and saying, "No, that's your uncle." And those are the kind of things, man. It's tough, but I wish more people would speak on it and share. Right?
Yeah.
No matter what relationship my other sibling had with my mom, that should never take away from the relationship that we should have growing up as siblings. No matter what, how if they never had a good relationship, who cares? But don't do that to the kids. Don't take them away from their siblings, telling them that this is their nephew or this is their niece, because uh, as we get older and realize those are the demons I still fight with, and I'm sure you too, right? Those are the still. It makes me angry, but if I allow that, then we do our best not to get angry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then it's important to, now that we're grown, that it's
Mm.
important for everyone that I believe everybody deserves to know who they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
Hey,
where
100%.
where they come from and who is really, regardless if you know who your parents are, and you're always going to be grateful for the people that have raised you,
Yeah,
and for mom and papa bringing you guys, and
yeah,
and I'm grateful for them for bringing you guys out of Samoa, and they wanted the best for you. And we're blessed that they brought us you too. To have
yeah,
a better life and a better education. But then, for now that we were grown and we look back and at our own journeys,
yeah,
and it's one of those journeys you think about. What if,
yeah,
what is our relationship, but right now we don't have to think, to worry about the what ifs, but to worry about how we can
yeah,
to mend and
yeah,
have that relationship and
yeah,
to move forward and to love.
yeah. Me and partner, we have this special relationship. Not to take away anything from all the other siblings, but I felt like this guy's always been by my side, growing up, and to be able to for us to come free to try to set us free, because still to this time, sometimes I feel insecure when my older siblings are around, how to talk to these guys. But I learned just this couple years. I learned I was able to cut that. It took us this long to be able to really free myself, and hopefully this will help you too, brother, to free from all those attachments, because it was like a mini camp, like a mini prison, like where we had to put up. But my relationship, this guy's been through my highs, my lows, my everything. Somebody that would know everything about me growing up and my life, my marriage, is this guy. And if you have one of those family members that you make a call and they show up, is this guy. Has been there with by my side the whole time. And I appreciate you for that, bro. I really appreciate our relationship. We don't have to talk all year, all month, but we know when we call each other, we know we're gonna show up. And I feel like that with my other, and I love all my siblings on my Laulu side and my Micaela side. And And I hope what you take from this is that I love my parents. I don't take anything away from my parents, Funga Talavla Ulu, because they the one brought all of us here, our older siblings here. They wanted the best for everyone. And everyone came up to school and my mom, our mom, you know, the last few time is, I want to say this, even though, me and mom always had a different relationship. I just want to put this out there. Like she always had, I felt like she always had like a soft spot for me, always, but she still had to protect herself too, you know. And I learned that she pushed me away. She was, she was like mean in a loving way, just because she didn't want to show the other side of the family that she close to me, and I felt that, and that is the role I had to accept too.
Yeah, and I want to share something with you, bro.
Yeah,
With about mom. I think mom hid her love for you behind closed doors.
yeah,
There, and I want to share something that our relationship were very close, but it was also one of those promises that I made with mom, and you know, one time she brought me in the room and she knew that we had our relationship was different, that we were close, and she made me promise to always look out after you.
wow,
Even though I was the younger one, but she said, your brother's gonna need you, and when he does, to be there for him.
wow,
And there has been many times where you have called. I couldn't be able to do it, but I knew that there was a way to help you in any way.
mm,
The love I had for you and for mom, I guess it was through me that she was able to show her love behind closed doors. There were a lot of you know incidents that's happened in your life where
yeah,
that mom has always reached out to me, say, "Hey, take care of your brother." Then there's been times she calls me to ask about you. Hey, how's your brother doing? And I would tell her, Mom, why don't you call him?
mm,
You know,
yeah,
you know his number. You don't have to call me to ask about him. And I think that's how Mom was. I know she's always, and she told me she wanted to protect you, to protect our family, and how much she loved you. And she's always asked me about how you doing, and yeah, and I always want to make sure that you are doing good. And that's I told Mom, yeah, Mom, I will always be there for all my siblings.
mm,
For all my siblings, if I can't be of help, I'll go find help.
yeah,
And she made me promise her that even though you're the youngest, I want you to always take care of your brothers and sisters. There are gonna be times that they'll come to where they ask you for help and to be there for them, and and she's given that. I've asked you to do that, to show love for you and for all of the siblings.
yeah,
And I wish that she was able to tell you that herself. But I know later on, you guys were able to find that connection. But
yeah.
You know, I know mom always wanted the best for all of us. You
Yeah,
know, for you too,
yeah.
and we love her for that.
I
We love
thank you,
her.
brother. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. Thank you. And that was her own way of showing her love to me is going through you, right? Going through you, the youngest. And man, thank you for sharing that. I did not know that, you know. And later on in my mom's life, later on, I was slowly reconnecting with her. We had our own way of reconnecting and stuff like that. And I was grateful she saw me opening up more, so she opened up more. You know, if I close off, then she closed off. And I think we had to play that role of protection every time. And I know she was protecting more of these guys from everybody else, from me, and didn't want to hurt her siblings, be the cause. Because my mom was no person of trying to make trouble. She's always the one trying to make peace in the family with our siblings and us. And that was one of the most difficult time is not really connecting with my siblings. And I know a lot of people, a lot of kids were raised by our grandparents. That's in the culture. We get sent away or somebody go away, and I hope that you find that way to connect back to your biological mom or your dad or your siblings, because when everything goes down, they're the one that you're gonna have to lean on. And I have, and this guy, my brother, always showed up, and same like my other siblings too. And I know our family is gonna see this, so it's a blessing to be in this great, great, great family. What we do, as we go forth from here. Um, but no, like we celebrated our moms 1 year, and my nieces them gave a great testimony. And think about this question too: what is one of those big lessons that mom taught you? Well, I shared mine. One was mine is that really stuck out to me. I struggled in my marriage, many, many years. I was trying to run away from my marriage. I was trying to get a divorce. And what my mom told me, this always stuck with me. She said, Faifa lelo ainga. Take care of your family, take care of your wife. And she always told me that. And she always hard on me, like, why are you acting like that? You're not all that. You want to run away to all those girls. They don't mean nothing. Faifa lelo ainga. So that lesson from my mom always stuck with me. Wherever I went, I try to run away. I try to do everything, but that always popped in my mind. Faifa lelo wainga, and she really helped me to stick with my family, no matter what I was going through, no matter what me and my wife was going through, and that was one of the biggest lessons, you know, that I learned from my mom, and that was from my dad too. Before my dad passed away, this was just with me and my wife was just dating at that time, and my dad told me the same thing, like, you know, take care of Liana, just take care of her, you know. So that stuck for me from my parents, both parents, my dad, my mom, and I'm grateful for that because it was a rough road, tough road, but I'm grateful for that road because it made me a better person at this time with my family also. So I'm grateful for that great, great lessons, and I never gave up. I did give up a lot of times, but I never gave up. I stuck to it, and it pays off, man. And that's the biggest blessings right there. It pays off to listen to your mom, to your dad, man. What about you, brother? I know there's a lot. You are mom's pet, so
Oh no no
you
no!
are mom's pet. So anything mom need, it's a call. and you always show up. You always drop everything, whatever you're doing, and you show up. What is some of the things you biggest lessons you take away from mom?
You know, my mom's so proud of her. And she makes me realize. She made me realize that to know that I'm all part of them, and for mom to not have the opportunity to go to school. She was my biggest reason why I went and finished school.
Hmm.
You know, and do it for her and also for my own family to give them a better future. And the biggest lesson that my mom really instilled in me was to always put the Lord first.
Hmm.
You know?
That's true.
To always put the Lord
That's
first,
true.
and all will be well. The Lord will provide. And I miss the phone calls every Sunday.
But go church.
Yeah.
Did you go church?
Did you take
Did
the
you take the
kids
kids to
to
church?
church? And I remember one time I was tired from work and never go. And I knew that my mom was going to call us Sunday. And I told the
Uh,
kids, just tell mama we went to church. Okay. And sure enough, my kids said,
teach them
Mama,
to lie.
we didn't go to church.
Good job, kids. Good job.
you know, and I missed that, at times, and I see that the Sunday call comes every Sunday, never miss.
Mm,
Son, how are you? Did you take the kids to church?
mm,
Did you do your calling? And that's what mom was all about, is fulfilling your calling with the Lord and to serve. What capacity you're in, whether in the community, in church,
yeah,
in your family, is always to serve. Yeah. To serve others, not just to serve to get credit for or to be recognized,
yeah,
but to serve because you want to serve others and to care. And and my mom was all about this. When you serve, do it big. Do it well.
mm,
Do it good. Don't just
that's true. That's true.
do it here and there, just to do it, but do it with
Yeah,
your heart.
yeah,
And so those are the things that always instill with me, and is to always do things give it your best.
yeah,
Give it your best, but always remember that the Lord comes first, your family,
yeah.
and all will be well. The Lord will provide. And so there's many lessons. And so this year, one of my mentors has told me this is it's going to be a first for everything
Mm,
for your mom, not having your mom around.
yeah.
And mom was a big support for the kids and all that they do.
Oh, yeah.
She's always there. Whether she's sick, she's gonna be there.
And she loves hard the
She
kids,
loves her. She
her
loves her
grandbabies.
grandkids, and
Yeah.
it was the hardest one year for me and the kids. And there have been many times in the past year where I find myself just sitting at my desk at work and just not even do anything for the whole day. I just think about mom and
Yeah.
do all the lessons that I've learned. I'm so grateful, and we celebrated her 1 year since she's passed,
Yeah.
and many more celebrations throughout the next month and the year, and to always keep her in mind. Um,
Hmm.
it's such a great blessing to know that she's still looking down on us,
Yeah.
on the kids, and some of the sometimes the kids come to me and say, "Hey, we saw Mama today." And we feel, oh,
Yeah.
I tell them, "Can you tell her come visit me too?" But never gonna forget those lessons.
Yeah.
The one is always put the Lord
Mm,
first, and
mm-hmm.
you'll be blessed in all that you do, and
Yeah.
and to serve others, And mom always wanted us to fulfill that great commandment.
Yeah, that's
Remember
so
that.
awesome, bro. Because I think of that mom's teaching, and that's so true. Like put the Lord first. It always it takes me back to mom and papa, right? Don't you hear
Yeah,
that too? From mom
that's
and
how
papa,
her.
mom and papa, that is the first thing they always say too is, did you go church? Put the Lord first. And you're right. Mom's parents, mom and papa, the same teaching that she got from them. And we heard that growing up too
Yeah,
with mom and papa. But us was like, whatever. I mean, me, I like, whatever, you know. But those are the main lesson is staying in church and still to this day now we get to be better in that way, right?
but the greatest takeaway I got from this weekend, bro, is in the stories that we hear of families, and to know that mom was really happy
Yeah.
for her to see that all her boys are strong in the church.
Mm.
Going to church and fulfilling their callings. That's all that she wanted. Even our papa, our grandparents.
Yeah.
Is they wanted for all of us to be, going to church, to
Yeah.
doing their callings, whatever callings we have in church,
Yeah.
and that's what I looked at this weekend, and to see that that's what she always wanted for all of us.
Yeah.
Is to go to church and be an example for our own children.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's really making her happy to see, her boys and her family, her grandkids
Yeah.
are going strong,
Yeah.
in
And
the gospel.
thank you for sharing that because I want to touch a little bit about that. Same like with my mom and dad and mom, that same teaching that was like all my siblings, they're amazing. I think a lot of those teachers were coming to me because I was like the left turn. Everybody was going right. I took the left, and
That left and U turn.
I took a hard, hard, hard left, and I put that upon myself. And that's all I heard is from my parents and my mom is you're right, man. That is so true. And I think all my siblings, my older siblings, all being great example for me to help me get back here. It is to be with the family, right? It strengthen my family, and man, thank you for sharing that because going off this weekend, hearing mom's grandkids, that's all they share was love. How mom loved them very very hard. And what was your one of your favorite part of this of mom's celebration?
um, for me, it was to see my family there, but to see my daughter, share her thoughts,
Mm,
and my oldest, Mosina Laolive,
yeah.
she was blessed to spend some time with Mama, and when she was born, we were both working, and Mama, took it on her. We didn't want her to be good, but she took care of Alcina, so she was always, those, she loved her very much. She had
Mm,
that relationship with her, and she was asked to share few things about her Mama.
yeah.
She had like, Daddy, we were asking her what she want to say. What are some of your memories about Mama? And she showed us, Mama has as much of a hard worker she was, she always had the softest hands.
Mm,
And that's how I remember, like, oh, wow.
you're right. That's
She,
so
she,
true.
she remembered that softest
Uh,
hands. And for her to remember those moments,
yeah.
it helped me remember because, there's always that saying in the business world is people may never remember what you say.
Hmm.
They will never forget how you made them feel, right?
Yeah.
And to hear that from her is that relationship of how Mama made her feel
That's
loved,
amazing. Yeah.
and she gave the best hugs. And to hear her stand up there and share what she had, and and I know Mama is very proud of her,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was a proud father, and
Yeah.
I know her Mama's proud of her, of how she's come, and just to see everybody's love
Yeah.
for Mama, to see my uncle and aunties that made it from afar
Yeah.
to be there and to help celebrate this important time for us
Yeah.
as we're still healing, and just to feel of their love to come here and to share with us, it meant the world to me.
Yeah.
And so that was my biggest takeaway from this weekend was the love that our family had for us, especially for mom.
Man, thank you for sharing that. And mine's likewise is it was just the whole week, all of us being together and just having fun, having the kids over, and just that day as we prepare, everybody working together. And I didn't expect that much people there that day, and that's how much love that our mom brings to everyone and her generation and other younger generation. Just because the how mom was, the respect that she gives, and it showed on that day of her celebration. It showed. Her siblings were there from far, grateful they came down to, and mainly her grandbabies putting it all together, putting the work, and that was one of my favorite parts right there also. And I'm grateful for everything that we got to lead up to this day. I know we are still healing from it,
Mm.
but we only going to get better from this journey as we go on. Yeah, family, it's been a blessing to sit down here with my brother. Any last word for
Oh, just thank you for catching me off guard.
you?
Yeah. He messaged me. Just thank you for having me on here, and he messaged me. Hey, let's. I want you to be a guest. Somebody. Like, yeah. I thought you was gonna give me a script or tell me what we're gonna talk about, but they make it. That's
That's
and so
how.
this is the first we're talking about this, and
Yeah.
this is one of those subjects that we've always talked about, and
Hmm.
that hits home for us. And we hope that what we shared about our journey.
Yeah.
If anybody's going through it, and
Yeah.
they find that strength to reach out and
Yeah.
to your loved ones, and but mainly just to say, no, I love you.
Yeah. It's absolutely.
Everything going on in this world. There's nothing more important than to tell those
Yeah.
that you love them.
Yeah.
Don't hide it and think that now they know I love them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's important to tell them that you love
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah.
every day, I want to say, I love to all my family and friends, that how
Yeah.
much I love and appreciate
Yeah.
everyone. So, yeah, man, hey, I love you.
I love you too. You know, family and friends, as we move forward, break down those walls, break down those barriers. Don't allow yourself to sit in your feelings or sit in your emotions or sit in your pain or whatever you're going through. Talk to somebody. These kind of stuff we talking. This is really sensitive, and I didn't know where we're gonna go with this. We just let the spirit lead us, and that's how Gets Done podcast we do it. There is no script. We go with the feeling. We go what we feel that's gonna touch somebody out there. And this is a sensitive topic we always been talking about, but I didn't know we were gonna talk about it today. But that's how it is. That's how we're gonna do it. And that's real. That's real stuff right there. These are real emotions, real feelings, and I know a lot of you too are going through the same thing. And allow yourself to share. Allow yourself to to love others. Allow whoever needs to hear your voice or just be an ear. Don't even need to say anything. Just be an ear and be sensitive to it, and be honest about it, because we all go through that. We all have our own journey in what we do here. And this is the Get Done podcast. Thank you to my brother here for joining us here today. I did catch him off guard. I didn't tell him what we were going to talk about. I didn't even know what we were going to talk about, but that's what makes it special. If we stunned you today, share this with somebody that's going through the same thing, and let the kids be free, love on them, and also tell your loved ones you love them, right? Don't wait till they're gone, because we see all these great posts when people are gone. In my mind, I'm like, I hope you said that when they were alive. Some great post memories. Do that now. Do that now. If you're holding some hard feelings against somebody, let it go and do that now. Don't wait till they're gone. They're not going to hear you. They probably see you, feel it, but too late. So thank you very much for resetting, rebuilding, reconnecting with us today. Go on your day. God bless you and all your family and your loved one. And have a great year. Have a great year. Be better this time next year than you were at this time. We love you guys.
Happy 2025, everybody.
Yes. Love you, brother.
Okay.
Love you, man. Thank you. Woo.